30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros.
That is very impressive. Great job.
The coach, as you know, being over in Orlando, still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the New York Giants. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, 125. Check line 47. Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, let's go.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft,
and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That is caught. It's Perriman. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
First down, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now the second down throw on target. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Scott Miller with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Giants! Darius Slayton with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing, Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
29 is the mic. That's it. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. Hey, let's get on.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. And he's got Miller. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Jameis now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Jones. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Drafted to be their lead runner, just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's got it at the 15. 7-7, our score after one. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Jones, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw, Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, Haywood.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
29 is the Mike 29. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go.
Following the interception, Winston airing this one out for Evans. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted.
He didn't even touch him.
By the veteran Antoine Bethea.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ready.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The toss out to Barkley. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. He's going to have the first down past the 20. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 61 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Buying time to his left. He completes it to Bryant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Let's make these babies cry. Hey, high 7.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Jones breaking from the contact. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Wait. 29 is the Mike 29. I got you, punk.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Saquon Barkley, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. On the run, it's Barkley. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50. Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Now.
Jones throwing again. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
54, right there. 54 Mike.
Yeah.
I'm going back to you. 54 Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Go.
Throwing Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Ready. Blue way. Flip. Hey, tight. Boys up. Hustle.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
5 on 50. 5 on 50. 29. You better be afraid of me. You better. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Let's go.
Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
29 is Mike 29. Wait. Check 13. Check 13.
And now Bruce Arians with the play clock running low is going to signal for a timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB. Come on.
Check.
Check.
Boys up.
From the gun, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to field this at the 4. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Bravo. Watch the whip.
From the gun, Jones. It's caught by Bryant. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now Jones. Throwing on first down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
A
give to Barkley out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
On the set. 53 is the mark. Come on, team. Check. Lucky. Kill.
They'll go to Barkley again. And Barkley did not get there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on first. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Set. 8-3.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Catch made by Slayton. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Rosas' kick is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is. And was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
as they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Ready. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Shift.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third.
52. Follow. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Let's go. You better bring it. 29 is the Mike.
Working out of the gun. Winston. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
Check curls. Shoot. Wait.
Mike 29.
So don't say nothing.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Jameis to throw it. Going deep this time for Miller. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Let's go. You tighten up.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Got you. I got you, son. Hey, Delta. Mike 54. Mike 54. He don't know no better.
Mike 54.
Go. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Hey, watch the screen. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Slam.
They'll go again to Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 28.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Winston. Jones has it. Room here to run. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D.
Jones now, off the bootleg. Looking for Shepard deep. He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2.
Protein spill.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, switch gears.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Check nickel. Green, come team. Mike 29. Go.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, stop.
They'll run it with Jones. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston is complete to Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Hey, alert 3. Check 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Watch the boot. Follow. 29 is Mike 29. Check pass. Check 43. Hey, 5 on the 50.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
Now Barkley stripped of the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as and he's got it! Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check.